All righty. I know we already have several people there, which is fantastic. So
Okay.
I love the early birds. Hello, Anna. Hello, Anita and Michelle. Amazing, amazing. So we're going to do a little bit of a tech stuff here. I'm going to quickly start broadcasting. And as I am doing that, if you want to put in comments, one, if you have a freebie for us to review. And five, if you are here just to watch. So do one if you have a freebie for us to review. Oh, Anna does, and Lisa does. Fantastic.
I'm going to
And
start a
five
list.
if you're here to watch or just have questions. Okay? Fantastic. So while we're doing that, so I am going to start the live stream here. It's all prepared. I just need to press the button, the magic button. Okay. Magic button. Let's see here. Okay.
You all are getting a brand new Sparkle Pop.
The spotlight and reviews. Okay.
Antonella, do you mean would a free webinar be okay for your lead magnet? I'm not sure we can review like the webinar itself, but we'd love to chat with you about what it's about and how it solves your ideal client's problem.
Absolutely. Okay. And we should be live. I'm just going to quickly check on Facebook to make sure that I will see all the comments as well. Let's see, let's see. So it says we live, but I sometimes don't trust the Zoom and Facebook. Sometimes they don't play along. Okay. But this time they actually are playing along. Okay. So they are playing along. So we're all good here. Awesome, fantastic. So great. Okay, let's see. We are live. Wonderful, wonderful, and perfect. Okay, so Antonella has something for us to review. Let's promote you to, okay, and I want to ask before I do that, Antonella, do you mind if I promote you to panelists so we can see and talk to you? Or do you want to be on the sidelines and just watch it? Either or is fine. We'll meet you. Okay, you okay? Okay, perfect. I am going to promote you. There we go. You've been promoted.
Yay. Oh, awesome. And Lisa has a morning routine to review as well.
Perfect.
Fabulous. Hey, Liz.
All righty.
Hi. I was trying to unmute myself. I just couldn't.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Anita and Janet has freebies as well. I love it, ladies. Thank you for coming prepared.
Ah, it's been a while since I haven't seen you. Jan, I missed you in a way. Could you believe me?
I miss you too. Good to see you.
Good to see you back. Life is so unpredictable sometimes. I think that's the beauty in life.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull your workshop link over here. So are you just wanting us to look at your landing page or the lead magnet itself?
It's just I need to do another freebie, but it's for another time. And I just saw the post you put it on. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I missed that call. Usually I'm working, but I'm not working today. So,
Okay. So Katya, do you want to do landing pages today too, or just lead magnets, or should we just talk about the lead magnet, the workshop?
Yeah, we should talk about lead
Okay.
magnet workshop. Absolutely. I think the whole idea is for us, for people to understand what is a good lead magnet, right? So what would make it to convert and all of that stuff. Yeah.
thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much.
Okay. So your lead magnet here is a free workshop.
Yes.
Um, your essential perimenopause and menopause checklist. Is that the midlife reset workshop? So I would on
Yeah.
the mock-up, I would put the name of the workshop over here because my
Okay.
brain looks at the visuals first. It's funny because I'm a copywriter, right? But my brain looks to the visuals first, and I thought that was the name of the workshop, and then I was confused.
Oh, that's a good thing. Thank you.
Okay, so tell us how this workshop, what big problem this workshop solves for your ideal client.
So my ideal client don't understand that just having all these. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, because it's just something happened appeared like my voice is not there. So the workshop is for perimenopause and menopause for women that kind of leave themselves last on the weight on the to-do list, and they always think like, okay, I'll be happy when I'm losing this weight. I'll be happy when I feel less brain fog. I'll be happy when I have more time for me. I'll be happy when I'll be happy when I'll be happy when, and they put all the symptoms when I don't feel like that, I'll be happy. When when I sleep better, I'll be happy. But they don't understand that if they don't regulate and they don't change the beliefs and they don't regulate the nervous system, they will never be happy because they will always miss the things. They expect to be happy when something is happening instead of regulating the nervous system, taking more time for themselves, and then they become closer to the happiness. But then things happens their way and they could see more beautiful and more beauty in life, so they not focus on all the negatives. So they switch the beliefs that, okay, these good things, it's possible to happen for me. I don't need to rely on coffee and a muffin or whatever, croissant or something might be with the coffee, with a lot of sugar or whatever, to have that energy to push for another couple of hours. And then I need again that coffee, because if I don't have the coffee, then I have the headaches. And if I have the coffee, I have the energy, but then the slump is coming again.
Mhm.
So here it's not necessarily that I'm talking about the weight loss. I'm working with women in my practice, and the weight loss is coming just because they do they regulate the nervous system. We work a lot. I work a lot with the EFT tapping, breathing, and the mindset, and changes the the wire and fire. The neurons are different when we work with and tapping. It's one of the tools that I use a lot with the breathing. So everything is effortless when they prioritize themselves. So when they understand why it's happening this, and if we are on this stage in life, we are really privileged to live that long. So every woman that have the privilege to live that long and even beyond the menopause, it's a privilege in life, and shouldn't be like, oh, I'm done. It actually has to be, oh, that's my time now to live, because my kids, whatever, or my job or my career, it's there. I need time for me. I need to carve these 5 minutes a day, so then everything is coming in place after that.
So the workshop is how long?
It's about an hour,
Okay.
70
Okay.
minutes,
So we
not
need to
kind of a.
focus the name and tagline on um, one very specific problem that feels doable in an hour. Because, like, what you've told me is a lot. And you may be able to cover all of that in an hour, but we need to focus on one, like the most successful lead magnet is going to be one that solves an immediate problem and gives them a quick win. So it sounds like the the immediate problem they're looking to solve is energy. Like they
Yeah,
have a lot of energy. So even just a little tweak by calling it the midlife energy reset workshop. So we're not like resetting our whole life, but an energetic reset, and feel lighter, reclaim your energy, come home to your body. You don't need more coffee. You need a regulated nervous system, like kind of talking about it that way. And I think right now, with the world in a dumpster fire, people really are looking for nervous system regulation and energy at the same time. And it doesn't feel like those two things are possible together. So I think if we could talk about that a little bit in the copy, like what you don't need caffeine. That's just causing you headaches, crashes, causing you to eat more sugar and all the things. What you need instead is a way to regulate your nervous system so that you can tap into the energy that already exists inside your body.
Yeah, that I look forward to the recording
Yeah,
to
we'll
take
have
the
the recording
notes.
in both of our free groups for sure, as well as inside our workshop portal. Katya, do you want to take a look at the, I'm happy to scroll if you tell me where to scroll, if you want to take a look at the
Yeah,
visual.
if we can scroll a little bit, so I want to get a little better feeling here for design as well, right? So, and this is really a landing page, not a freebie, but that's okay. I can give some feedback on that. Okay. I love your colors. I feel that your colors are so like really matching to what is the way you talk, it matching you and feels like it's matching your audience as well. So really, really good job done there. I also love consistency of that background that you have throughout with those beautiful, they're not daisy, what are those? What is this flower? Um, but it's consistent, right?
Wildflowers. It's the
Yeah,
wildness.
wildflowers. Yes,
Yeah.
they are beautiful wildflowers, but it has very soft colors and very soft feel to that and very soft energy. So my first question would be, is this what you were going for? Right? So because that's what I want to ask first. Because if you would tell me, no, I want it to be more energetic and all of that stuff, so might not match it. So what kind of mood were you going with that theme?
It's a very soft. The women's I see in my clinic all the time. It's like this time the shifting in hormones. Sometimes I do this like menstrual cycle and then going toward menopause. It's like the moon cycles.
Yeah,
It's just a kind of a, and so many women's goes more towards not necessarily like spirituality, but they're more open to those things and feel more attracted towards, not necessarily to practice, but just to find that calmness in like the connection with, we are all connected in the end. And I'm very intuitive, and even if I see someone first time, I just get the downloads of the main issue with them. I cannot say it all the time, but it helps me to lead them towards, so for them to say it.
yeah,
And it's so much like, oh, I've done so much for this and I've done all my life, and now when I have more and I supposed to have everything, I feel nothing. I'm
got it.
so
Yeah.
empty. I'm like in a shell. I have no energy for myself. And I always say, like, if someone asks you to do something, you wouldn't say no. Oh no, I'll go for it. I'll push myself for it. And, you know, for every yes you say to someone else, you say a no to you. So you deplete yourself all the time from the energy that you might have for you, but it's just you don't
You just
prioritize
give it
yourself.
away. Yeah. So you done a really good job matching that softness to your copy because that will attract those people, right? So this is what I wanted to say. John, do you mind to
We're
scroll? Oh,
really
go ahead.
loving
Yeah.
this line
Mhm.
right here. You're not broken, you're becoming.
Yeah. I love that too. It's really, really cool. I love that.
Okay, where
Uh,
did you want me to scroll?
all the way up.
All the way up. Okay.
Okay. So what I would change here a little bit. You have the button right now with this burgundy color. What I would do, I would change it into yellow colors that you have right there. And this yellow line, I will change into burgundy
Okay.
for a few reasons. Yellow psychologically tells people to buy and take action. Red color sometimes, and I know it's not really red, crimson red, but red color sometimes, depending on the culture as well, it could be warning color. It's like stop and all of that stuff. So not everyone really resonates with the red colors as well. So I would definitely switch those colors. It will be more strategically to move them into psychologically to buy.
And you
Okay.
could technically make, I mean, if we changed this to like a pink color, we could technically
Mhm.
make the yellows white,
Yes.
or even a kind of a grayish
Mhm.
background so that it's light, dark, light, dark. if you don't want to go all the way to the burgundy, which might kind of mess with the energy of the softness. I do love the yellow, and I love the idea of the yellow as the button and using it only as the button color, so
Yeah.
that when anytime we hit yellow, which is like sunshine and happiness and as well, anytime we hit yellow, we know it's a buy now button.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So another thing from design perspective, I find it a little bit boxy. And what I mean by that, we have a box with mock-up. We have a box with the name of the workshops that you will change the copy that Jen was talking about. So I would love for you to try a different mock-up that maybe will have a computer and maybe like a pages behind it, and download it on transparent background, and then just place it there against the backgrounds that you already have. So it will be seamless there without another box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but I think you've done a really good job communicating the way you approach, or the way you approach in a very soft, intuitive way through the colors you already have here. Just this little switch to again play around with that. If that burgundy too much, but sometimes you want that dark color because it stands out, right? So play around and see if the burgundy will be too much. Maybe nudge it down a little bit in transparency, or also like a little bit gray maybe there. But I think burgundy will be actually good because you also have it on your freebie itself on a mock-up, right? So that will be balanced in all of that stuff.
Yeah, and this is actually, it leans a little bit more towards a lighter color anyway than this
Lighter, yeah.
one. So if you could grab D5 to D5E from your
What was that? Tell me so I can type it in for Antonella.
Let me grab it. It is D52 D5E.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
Yeah, thank you. It's just, for me, it's like a pink, it's a fuchsia pink, something like.
Yeah, fuchsia pink, yeah.
Yep.
It's not really burgundy for me.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
quite
darker
dark
to us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks darker to me than the more
It
fuchsia.
is darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing, what I would also say, there is like kind of strange shadow behind this button. So when you turn it into yellow, I would want to see how that looks too. Okay, like this, like a little fuzzy shadows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a choice. I could take it off or I could put it down. It's just, I thought it's a little bit something like, okay, makes it more like a button having those, but I could take it off. I would see
Just
how
play
it's
with it.
actually
Not necessarily bad. It just, we want to make
No.
sure that it looks okay with the yellow instead of
Yeah.
the
Yeah, maybe yellow will be very pale thing. I'll see if it looks dirty. I'll take it off.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not like a shadow. Sometimes it's just like looks so
Yeah.
not the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
thank you
so
for
much,
your
ladies.
work is incredible. Thank you for doing what you do.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a million. Thank you
Awesome.
for doing what you're doing with us here.
Awesome. Fantastic. So thank you. So
Annalisa, I think you are up next. Are you okay
okay.
coming on camera? Yes, she can.
Okay. So Lisa, right? So next, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. And you've been promoted. I'm trying to see how to remove people who are promoted. That I'm figuring out. It's okay. In the background.
Yeah. Hey, Annalisa.
Thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do. So I sent the link to mine.
Okay, great. I will pull it up
Pop up
and
public link.
share my, oops. Share my
Or I could share I have it on my
Yeah.
as well, but I know you guys are doing it. Okay. So I'll give you my background. Is that what you kind
Yeah,
of
tell
the
us who
reason?
your ideal client is and the problem you're solving for them.
Okay, so I'm an inspirational, uplifting, and transformational coach. I serve a professional and health practitioners, women age 40 to 60, struggling with metabolic health issues to help them lose 15 to 25 pounds in 6 weeks, permanently and safely. So my clients are motivated by a desire to live vibrant, healthy lives, leading with strength and grace. And my morning routine is designed to help them get started with some habits that we teach in the thyroid energy reset. Which is along the lines what Antel is doing, but I'm a little bit different in the way that I go to market to that same target audience. So through this lead magnet, it's about giving them confidence about the program. So I've got snippets of customer testimonials, but also the value to them is the habits. And each segment in the morning routine is just about how to create one and what are the key things that work and the things that I do in my own morning routine. Does that give you enough?
Yeah. How many mornings before they, oh, 7 simple, powerful morning habits. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I love that you have basically a headline in addition to the name of the
Okay.
piece on here.
Mhm.
Because we have to remember until they have worked with us for a while, they don't really care about the container. They care about the what it's going to do for them.
Yes.
So having the headline here is great. I think we can tweak it a little bit. So what did we say? Seven simple, powerful morning habits to help you lose the stubborn weight and get your money back. So it feels quick, easy, doable.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll make sure on your landing page and in your ad copy that we're talking about like who this is for.
Yes.
Because with anything that says thyroid, because I have Hashimoto's, I think, is this for people with thyroid issues or is this just for everybody? Like, is it a specific to me kind of thing? So we'll want to kind of clarify that in that copy, but that has to happen before they even get here. So I'm not
Yes.
really worried about putting it on the cover. Okay. Dear Health Seeker. So this is kind of a lot of copy, but it's a large enough font that it's doable, and you've added in some bolds. I maybe
Yes.
would take away a little bit of the bold.
Okay.
I find when I am using ChatGPT either to draft or to revise my drafts, it likes to throw in lots and lots of bolds, and then it becomes a little too much, and it's hard for our skimmers to figure out what to focus their eye on. So I do like it's time to start doing things differently here. I think I would do which of these, what two of these are their most pressing desires to have happen? Weight and energy?
Yes. Those are the two
Okay.
things I focus on because that was
Okay.
my difficulty. I read 500 books. I tried everything and I could not lose weight with anything until I learned this system and program.
Okay. Cool. So leave those two and then take away the bolts on the others and take away the bold on this line. And I think I'll leave bold on remember the goal is progress, not perfection. Take away here, so like figure out the things where if you were to lean in and emphasize those as you speak it, like read it out loud, listen to where you put the emphasis, and those are the things that we want to have the bold on.
And would you say, would it be like three things you would bold? Is that like
Um,
a guideline or is,
so I would have bolds on like the really important lean in. I'm going to emphasize this sentence. Like if you were a teacher, write this down. It's going to be on the test. It's time to start doing things differently. The goal is progress, not perfection. And then I would add start losing the weight and energized and excited. And that's probably all I would have.
okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let Katya speak to the colors. This feels a little bit
Birdie.
small of font. So remember those of us who are of an age that we have the thyroid problems also have the eye problems.
Yes, we do.
Right?
For sure.
I'm seeing more and more that I really need to get in and see the eye doctor. So I almost think you could split this into 2 pages,
Okay.
rather than trying to pack it in, because it's not only small and hard to read that way, it's really packed.
Yeah.
And we don't give copy enough white space.
Mm-hmm.
It creates a feeling of tension in our body. When we
Yeah.
have the white space, we
Mm-hmm.
can breathe too, and it feels more calm, more of an energetic reset. We feel more comfortable,
Yes.
and we want that comfortable feeling. Same thing with like margins on the side. When we have really tight margins, it kind of feels the same way. So this page I would split into 2.
Yeah, I didn't have this summary there before and thought it would be important to give the summary up
Mhm.
front or close to the front so
Yeah.
they don't have to read all the rest if they don't want, because often people will just skim.
Yeah.
So
And I would have the summary. I would just split this into 2 pages.
yeah, okay, I'll do that.
All right.
You-
And that's, sorry, Katya, I just like jumped on your design piece.
You did.
But this
I'm
is
just going,
like
I'm just enjoying
having
it.
white space to breathe around the copy is one of my soapbox kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see, enjoy the morning sunlight. Yeah.
Would you
Yeah, so
condense?
same kind of thing with the kind of use that same guideline with the bolds in here and figure
Yeah.
out what needs to be bold, what doesn't need to be bold. And then I will say, if everything's a bullet point, nothing's important.
Okay.
Right? So just
Yeah.
take off the bullet points there. I do like um the quote here. Really nice. Benefits of sunlight. Okay, so I'm already a little, so we've said we'll explain the power of these simple 7 habits on the following pages here as a summary, and then we jump right in.
Mhm.
So I think let's make this one page.
Yes.
Let's start with the summary and then talk about like, how am I introducing these? Am I trying to do all 7 of these every single morning? Like, what does the morning routine look like? Like, give us kind of an introduction and then jump into the habits.
Okay.
So that can be what's on the page with this summary. I like that you've broken it up with some, pages that just have a quote and an image. So it's not like a PDF that's just packed page of text.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same thing with the bullet points here.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing to remember with bullet points is we really don't want them to go longer than 2 lines of text. So just as a rule of thumb, otherwise they're paragraphs, and we might as well make them paragraphs. Okay. Okay, download the free habit tracker. This is great. Do the other ones have resources or just the one?
Just that one.
Okay. I would make this bold so people make sure even though it's underlined and it's clear that it's a link, I would make it bold so it stands out. So yeah, for each of these lines, rather than having the random, they're not super random, but the ChatGPT type bolds,
Mm-hmm.
because these are like things that they should incorporate into every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Drink your 16 to 20 ounces of water. And then this is all part of the same. Yeah, I would take the bullet points out. So we don't really need to, like, for bullet points, we want to either call out the emotion, or if it's something we're asking them to do, call out the thing we're asking them to do. But this doesn't really need to be bullet points because it's one concept.
Okay.
So unless the concept has like steps that we need to list out in bullet points, I would just take them out.
Okay.
Okay. Joyful movement. These images are great. What types of physical activities did you enjoy doing as a child? Get in touch with your inner child and have fun moving your body again. Stretching flow. Okay, so again, it's a link, so let's make it bold so it stands out. You could even maybe make the links a different color. I'll let Katya kind of speak to that one. Okay. Intermittent fasting. Yeah, bullet points. I don't know if that's your ChatGPT. Is this a link? Yeah. So anything that's a link, I would bold just so that it stands out. Okay, and then we have print this page, and it's one. Oh, some simple stuff. I like it. I wonder if. No, those all they both kind of go with everything. So I was going to say, I wonder if we want to intersperse some of these, but because we need to get through all of them before we develop the morning routine. That's cool. Okay. I love the idea here. And I love that you've broken it down into just the 7 simple, powerful morning habits. It feels doable. It feels like a quick win. It feels like this, however many minutes it's going to take. Let's see if we add up all the minutes 10, 24, 25, 35 minutes, right? Just over half an hour max.
Yes.
If they take 5 minutes to enjoy the morning sunlight, it's a half an hour routine. So this half an hour becomes an energetic reset that sets the stage for the entire day, like all of that kind of stuff. And if half an hour is doable for pretty much everyone, right? So I would focus on the half hour nature of it in this part of this when you split it into 2 pages.
Okay.
Okay. I'm done. Gotcha.
Okay. Do you want to stop sharing and I'll share?
Oh, yeah, good
easier,
idea.
so I don't tell you which page
Yeah.
to switch to, okay? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let me just get back to beginning. Okay. I feel that your branding colors, I'm assuming those are your branding colors, right? So dark blue, navy blues, the greens, right? So I love that they go all together and that you keep in your freebie within your branding colors. I love that. Okay. I was a little bit lost here with the our front cover page, okay? And the reason I'm saying that is that your other pages are done so well and professionally. They're like so sleek. Like when I'm looking and with all of the changes that Jen was talking, breaking this up by 2, absolutely, I would do that. All of your images are very intentional. All of your quotes are very intentional, and it's done so well. When I go back to your cover page, it doesn't do it justice. And where I am finding it very disconnected from everything else and from you, I feel, and your energy, it's not the image. Image is beautiful. Your top is beautiful as that as well. This is where it's becoming design-wise disconnected with the font, with this outdated outline and stuff, right? So because I don't see it anywhere else here. Everywhere else, it's modern, it's on brand, and this feels very outdated. So what I would do instead, I would think about maybe doing overlay here. I don't know if you can see. Let me do annotation here.
Overlay where you
So
background.
I would do, you don't even need to overlay all of it, but you can overlay, let's say, from here, and I will show you in Canva in a moment, okay, how to do that. But I would just put overlay. You can even do like this color, like a navy blue, and then put text over it, and just in one like kind of overlay box. And because overlay will be a little bit darker, your white text with a regular font will stand out without you needing doing this outdated outline. Okay, so that's what I would definitely, because other than that, like I can't add anything else besides what Jen was saying. And yes, please make all of your links the same color and ideally different color so it stands out so people know to click on that. Okay, so let me show you how you will do that overlay. Okay, let me just grab the Canva here because this one I can't edit yours, but I will just grab anything that I have and I will Actually, what I will do, I'm going to grab this and I'll cheat. I'm going to grab this image and so I can show it to you how to do that. Okay, so let me just get to Canva and download it. Upload. Upload. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. And obviously I don't have them separately. I took a screenshot, but I will just show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to click on overlay. Like this overlay, for example, is black and it's not exactly what we want. We might work with the black, but I really would like to find that overlay with dark blue. This one cannot be changed color, but we're going to go here and we're going to type overlay. Okay. And then graphics, see all. And we're going to try to find one that is navy blue or the one that can change color. And sometimes you just need to go, like this one, for example. This one would work. We just need to turn it around. And this one will work because you can actually change colors in this one. You can change it to anything you want, okay? And what we will do, we are going to stretch it down here, okay? So this way now it's not really affecting our image. It actually adds interest to that, right? So, and then we're going to change this blue color to your navy blue. Okay, we're going to go here and pick your navy blue. And we can even do it darker, a little bit darker here. No, it's as dark as it can go. But let me just type something and see how the light, we might choose something a little bit darker, right? So, but that's how you would do. You would find the overlay. And then I'm going just to grab any title here and what is it? Find out how to lose stubborn. Wait. And just an example, right? So you're going to put it right there. And it's going to be in, you're going to stay consistent with white color. And right here, it stands out without anything outdated.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And then what was at the bottom, what I cannot see right now, I would do it all in a little bit smaller. Again, white, no outline, and I would center it as well, right? So because I would center it and look at it this way. Now, when I'm looking at this brochure, immediately I am drawn in. It's very modern. It matches everything inside of you, so that matches everything as well. Okay.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
that's what I would do here. Okay. Let me just quickly look through a couple of other things here, but I think we're already done all of that. I really love that you have that line at the bottom, and because that's exactly what we're doing. It's your white font stands out.
Yeah. Grab that same font, use the same capitalization, just move, copy it onto the front page.
Yeah, that's what I was just wanted to say. Yeah. Also, I feel you only use 2 fonts. If there is 3, this is okay to be different font, like in your quotes, but I would not use more than that. Okay, so I feel that you were pretty consistent. Sometimes it's hard to say, but it looks pretty consistent, except like this one because it's a graphic, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Okay. And I love these breakdowns that you give that. Absolutely love energy of all of your images. Loves this image for intermittent fasting. So that really speaks because I am very visual. So I would probably, if I get this freebie, I would probably skip a lot of stuff and my attention will go to the images that I get really kind of drawn to, and I would stop at those pages, right? So, and I skim a lot because of ADHD as well. Yes. So those images and breakdowns is really, really important, and you've done absolutely beautiful job here. Okay. Is this one? Oh, it's a review. Okay. Yeah. So This one's the only thing I might want to do with this one. If you can match the square to the same color. So because it's like it's actually made me stop. I'm like, what's this? Right?
Yes.
So yeah, just match it to the same color so it will be a little neater. Because again, we want like your whole freebie is very professional, very modern. We want to match the same style everywhere. Yeah. Other than that, beautiful, beautiful job here. Yeah.
Thank you
Good.
so much. Thank
You're
you for,
welcome.
I love it. Thank you for both of you. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hey, really, really nice lead magnet.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love looking at everyone's lead
know.
magnet. Yeah.
All right, Juanita, you're up next. Do you want to drop your link?
Anita is up next. Okay, so let me just promote Nita first, and then I will
Anita, are
move.
you okay being on camera?
She is. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if she's okay right now. Nita, you okay to be on camera? Just let us know. I'm going to promote her, and if she's not going to accept it. Here you go.
Sure, she hasn't like had to walk away for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, she's coming up.
Trying to do two things at once.
There we go.
Okay. I shared first my I think I lost it in the transition. I lost sending you my link.
Your link is
you
okay.
know what?
Well, yeah, just send your link. Well, good.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Copy link. Got to see if this one works.
Okay.
That's my Canva link.
Yeah. We'll start with Jen. She's going to do the copy, and then I'll go with design.
Oh, it says I don't have permission to see the design. Can you
Yes.
update the permissions? Thank you. There we go. And let me hit share.
And we have Rhonda joined us as well. So hello, hello.
Hey, Rhonda. Okay, the 10 benefits of adding Oracle card decks to your soul-led business. Nice. Okay, find out why soulful entrepreneurs, course leaders, and healers are adding custom decks to their offerings. Okay, so let's see.
So the first page is the ad, and the second page was me playing around with that ad before the first page. If you can see, these are progressive, but this one matches the freebie. So the second
this is a mock-up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the second.
I would make free download bigger, probably just so that it's a little bit more clear. All right, second one.
If you just go to the freebie, that's the second link.
Oh, this guy right here?
No, there's a link, another link in the chat.
Oh, in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, where? What?
Sorry for the confusion.
Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay. 10 benefits of using Oracle card decks for your soul-led business. Do your ideal clients already know that they want to use an Oracle card deck?
That's the invitation. I would say a soul-led business.
I'm just wondering if we can add a headline here that makes it even more intriguing. Let's see. Okay. Brand. Let me just kind of scroll through here. Okay, how can a deck support your business? Okay. I almost think this would be better on the cover. 10 powerful benefits of incorporating a customized deck into your soul-led business. Because we want it to feel like you want this, not just, oh, 10 benefits. You know what I mean? Like it's the difference between a need to have and a want to have. We need to make sure that our cover makes us feel like a need to have. So I would just probably change that cover to this. And you can keep this copy here. It doesn't matter if it's duplicated. And then I'd love to see your like URL, your business name, underneath the little deck here so that we have immediate branding on it. Okay. In a world where authenticity and meaningful engagement are key to business success, a customized Oracle card deck can be a transformative tool. Okay, so every time I see in a world, and I battle this out with my chatty all the time, it makes me think of like a movie trailer in a world where I think we could say, as a soul-led business leader, as soul-led business leaders, we know authenticity and meaningful engagement are the keys to business success. So we've immediately made a connection. I see you. I see that you're a soul-led business owner who understands the importance
Yeah.
of this engagement.
Yep.
Whether you're a coach, healer, spiritual entrepreneur, or course leader, an Oracle deck can serve as an extension of your wisdom, offering guidance, insight, and connection. Yeah, love it. Okay. So just one little tweak makes a much more powerful connection with them.
Yep.
Is this a different font or just smaller? It looks hard to read, and maybe it's just because it's smaller. I would make each one of these its own page.
Mm.
Because the smaller text is harder to read. It feels kind of crunched, and this way you have the opportunity to either add more copy to it and or add another image that supports the copy. Customize Oracle deck. Yeah, I think really that's my big comment on this, like on the benefits themselves, is just let's make them one page per so that we have more room to expand on them and use some supporting images. And Katya can talk to the image part of things. I do like the consistency of, we have a summary, we have an example, we have imagine. I think with the imagine lines though, I would take a moment and really kind of dial those in. So instead of imagine how gifting an Oracle deck could deepen your client relationships, imagine your coaching client opening up. Are you teaching them to do digital ones, right? Okay.
Well, I think to hire me to do it for them.
Okay. Do you do digital decks for them, or are they hiring you to create actual hard copy decks?
Either or both.
Okay. So then I think we could say, imagine your ideal client opening a beautifully wrapped package with your personalized deck, or maybe let's not go straight to the hard copy. Imagine your ideal client using printed copies of your custom Oracle deck to support the work you're doing together. Like, help them imagine their ideal client holding them in their hands and using them for each of these benefits.
Yep.
Right? So not just imagine what they might discover about your offerings, put them in the moment and help them visualize their ideal client discovering their offerings through their free Oracle card sample, right?
Yeah.
The more we can describe what it looks like to have this result in their hands so that they can visualize it, the more likely they are to hire you to do it.
Yes. I
Okay.
hear you.
All right, and then summary, we want to put the summary on its own page again. So we have each of the benefits on its own page and the summary on its own page so that it doesn't feel so tight. We don't have to have quite such tight margins. More than just a collection of cards, it's a bridge between your wisdom and the clients you serve by integrating a deck into your business. Yeah. So then this is on one page, I probably would put each sentence as its own paragraph just so that it's not a big block of text. And then here, whether used as a tool for transformation, a marketing asset, or a revenue stream, your custom Oracle deck is a meaningful way to expand your impact. Again, we're going to help them feel ownership of this already. Imagine having their own custom Oracle deck, not just an Oracle deck, but your custom Oracle deck. And this is great. And then I think this bottom part looks like it's a different font, so just consistency with the font. Okay, I'll go ahead and stop sharing, Katya, if you want to pull it up and share on your end.
I'm getting excited about all of you guys' freebies. They're so cool. I'm just getting loving them. Okay, so a couple of things here. Right off the bat here, harder to read, even though it's big, it's still harder to read. We might need a little overlay to make it darker. So the headline harder to read, that's one thing. Second one is, Jenna already mentioned, make sure put your website on there, right? So at the bottom, but also this card's mock-up filling off center. Okay, this mock-up here, it's filling off center. And I notice you using almost like a back of the cards. I might challenge you because I know you're a brilliant designer. So I might challenge you because you've given them 10 benefits. I might even challenge you to create a mock-up with 10 cards, and each card will have a line for each benefit. So it's already like, for example, like your benefits are client and deepen client engagement, right? So, and we can say it in less words. We can just say client engagement, and it will be almost looking like an oracle cards with a line there, and it will say client engagement, and the image will be similar to that as well. So play with that. I think it would be really fun because people are very curious and they would want to say, what does it say there, right? So you'll have all the 10 benefits on those mock-up of the cards. Okay. Okay. So, but definitely align it better and we need to center. Okay. Now, this color, and the reason I know that because it's my favorite color too, right? So in turquoise and any greens are really hard colors as a background for legibility. So in this particular page, it's a larger font and it's easier to read, but I might want to do less transparency here because that transparency creates another friction for reading, okay? And so I might want, as I say, try to play with transparency, less transparency here, just light transparency. And with this font, it works because it's bigger and larger. And some pages here, and I'll go right here, even here, it's already harder to read, right? So, but because you're going to put it on a separate page, you'll have more room, more breathing room. It will be easier to read here, okay? Let's just go back here for a minute. I'm not sure what font is that. Even here, it's harder to read as well on that. But if we're going to make it one per page and larger font, it will be good, okay? Now, I like how the line here goes with the same, but on this specific page, do you see it's not aligned in two places? So here at the bottom.
Yeah.
And also on the side. I can see the gray on the side here as well. Okay, so there is like a few alignment issues there. And I would consider to put your website on here, just the website on every line, just for branding. Okay, See, and it's only one because the rest of them like all perfect aligned. And here we will do 2 pages. So your regular beige background will be just like that. And your summary, I would do on a green with a larger font, and the line at the bottom I would turn into beige, and this is where you would put your your information there. That's what I would do. Other than that, I think you've done a brilliant job. I always love your designs you're doing, and I might be a little bit more picky when I'm reviewing yours, right? So because of your skills, right? So I always say because of your skills, I am. And I really would love to see, even if it's not all 10 cards here with benefits, you might use the 7, but I would love to see them all like, naming, and then you have 2 more here and then you might use that element somewhere else. So it's kind of fun way. It's almost becoming like a little treasure hunt for people to see what the card's saying. Okay. And hopefully it will not overpower the rest of it. So again, I will have to see it. We need to play with it. Okay. But I feel the same image, or maybe just play with different images, same image kind of. I'm not sure people recognizing it as oracle cards, right? So even in your front, I like to see it's all different cards and they look like oracle cards. This one looked just the back, back of it. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're
everybody.
welcome. Yeah, and do you want me to look at your mock-up as well?
Sure.
Okay, let's just look at the mock-up. Okay. So definitely larger. This do larger pre-download. Okay. I might want to see oracle cards more, like cards more prominent, because it's hard to see in the backgrounds. It's also the cards, right? So, so maybe just a little line with cards like organized. And what I mean by that, let me just grab one of mine here to show you. One second, I'll find that. So I would use a little line with cards, something like that. So smaller cards like this. Okay. Yeah, and then just put the cards. So somewhere there on the mock-up. Oops. Did I close yours? Let me reopen it again. Oh, it's right here. So I would just maybe use them at the bottom here. Because I want for people to, because we're talking about oracle cards, we want them to see oracle cards.
Instead of, you think instead of the box?
Yes, I'm almost feeling like instead of the box, because this one is kind of hard to understand. This almost looks like a book, not like a box. But I would love like kind of line with cards there and see how that will look, because then will people like, oh, the oracle cards. Because right now is it's they kind of lost there at the background. You really need to see them. But I would love to see the line with oracle cards there. Okay. Try and play with that. Hi. And this one, again, more oracle cards. I would try to find different box for oracle cards, because again, this one vertically probably will be better. You can use maybe one of the boxes, like kind of mock up from Deckable, and then put a different image on that. It will look a little bit, because this one looks almost like a book, not like a box. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so on this one, this alignment is kind of feels strange to me, because this one is left alignment and this is right alignment. Okay, so let's just make sure that they are either both left alignments or central, center, so that feels more balanced. Okay, and then at bottom, I would have a line, like right here, same like in your pages, like same on here, like line. I would have the line on here, so and then your website stands out there as well. Okay, yeah, on this one. This one is fun. How long have you been imagining your name on a box of Oracle cards? I love that. I love the call out here. Again, I would play with the box. This box does not tell me that it's cards. So it could, I love, we do need the box because that's your call out, but I would probably have some maybe cards in the background or something so people can realize this is the box with cards. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All righty.
Okay,
So who do
Janet
we,
is up next.
who's next? I'm sorry, I didn't hear her name.
Janet Cook.
Janet, okay. I'm like, who am I promoting to panelist? Okay, and who, okay, where is my change role to attendee? Okay. Janet, you've been promoted. Okay, awesome.
Right. So Janet has the Rewrite and Rise Oracle Reflection Companion. By Janet Cook, creator of the Rewrite and Rise. I love the like tell us who you are right up front. A guided reflection to help you pause, reclaim your story, and begin your next chapter with intention. Love this. I would make this bigger and put it in the center so we can actually read it without having to do the thing that I end up doing all the time, which is zooming in. Okay. A note from Janet. And I like in the past when I used to print all the things because I'm old, I would have been a little worried about the colors, but I think people mostly just access these online now, and I kind of like dark mode, so I'm not gonna complain at all about the dark background. What I am gonna point out is that if you had ChatGPT edit this, for some reason it likes to indent by one space, and that makes it's new and it's making me insane. So just kind of be aware of those because it's a giveaway. Story guide, I like that. I think we could make this this font a little bit bigger and maybe bring it down a bit. But at least like give us a line break, a space in between your salutation and the paragraphs. Okay. Mapping your sacred story. Again, maybe make the font a teeny bit bigger, but I think it's okay as it is, but a little bit bigger would help it stand out a little bit. It's kind of a tight font. Like there's not a lot of space between the letters. So when it's small on the back, on the dark, is that a dark blue, not black? On the dark background, it kind of bleeds a little bit to my eye. Okay. Yeah, see, like this, I can read a lot better because it's bigger. Sentence of wisdom to your past self. Okay. Redefining life moments that shaped you. I would maybe, unless there's an audio that goes with this, I would maybe give us some more context. And that means it might take up more pages, and that's fine. But like, one of the things that we fall into after we've done this for a while is called the curse of the expert, where we sort of forget what it was like to not know what we know now. So like we understand writing 3 to 5 defining life moments, like as you're mapping out your sacred story. But our people are brand new who are consuming this, and we kind of have to connect the dots between brand new, don't understand story mapping, don't really understand what you mean by defining life moments. We really kind of need to connect those dots for them. So I would give it more explanation and more examples and like tell a story as you go along kind of thing, to give them that context. And that would give them, you an opportunity to give them a little more space for these boxes as well. Right. And then like giving each moment a chapter title that can feel a little intimidating. It's kind of like writing a headline. So like, here's how to pull out the moment from each, or the theme from each moment and how to turn that into a chapter title that feels compelling, right? If you'd send a sentence of wisdom to your past self, what would it be? I love this. Okay. What story wants to be rewritten? I love that. Okay. This is cool. I like this a lot. And I think you are working with people who have, this is for people who've already bought your deck, right? This is the lead magnet that comes with your thank you page. So I think we're okay not having to kind of talk about Oracle cards and how you use them because they're people who have already bought your deck. This looks great. Workbook. Okay, the Rewrite and Rise workbook. And this is the Rewrite companion. Okay, so the workbook is a thing that you have available for sale on Etsy. If so, let's put the actual link right here in the Canva. In the PDF. Yeah, okay. One page companion. Cool. Yeah, so you hear those little one space indents. Chatty. Okay, again, we want to link the workbook and Oracle, the workbook on Etsy so that they can go get it. Okay, we've switched fonts for this page. And I love this. I think this is Josephine. I love this font, but it's hard to read on the dark background because it is so spidery and thin. So you might want to have some kind of a like background, like a white box or something, or colored box, and make it bigger. Yeah, okay. This is looking good. I love the call to action page. Like the concepts on here, it's just the readability that's the issue for me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and let Katya talk about design.
Okay. Let's just grab that, and I have it right here. Okay. So there is a couple of things here for design on your, let's start with your cover page. Okay. It feels a little bit awkward of this background here, like with a wooden background and then line on there. So I'm not quite sure what's happening there. So if I'm going to enlarge that, let's do it this way. Okay. It's kind of I'm not sure if it's a wooden background or what's happening there. It's, to me, they just don't go together with what your book is about, right? So I would look into perhaps different backgrounds there. It could be also because you were trying to use Edit Expand with Canva, and it sometimes creates some kind of strange stuff, right? So to me, it just looks strange.
And another thing that it does there is this, it's got this, the line at the top, side, and bottom of the blue that it makes it look off center because it just cuts right off. There's no end. And I don't know if that's supposed to make it look like a book, but we need to see the right side of the cover if it's a book. Because it just feels like it didn't get centered properly on the page.
It feels very unbalanced altogether, and it's due to this, I don't know, border. I don't even know what to call it, right? So I would probably play with something, just your dark purple color here. And if you want some texture, do the texture in the background, find something, and then do a little bit of transparency. And I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that, okay? But remember, your cover page is the first thing, it's the first impression. This is why a lot of times I spend a lot of time on a cover page, because this is where what people will get the first impression. And a lot of times people would not even know what they did not like it, but it's a feeling, right? So it's an energy behind it. And if they don't like the cover page, even by looking at it on your mockup, they might not sign up just because of that, because that energetic misalignment, okay? So I definitely would work on that. And also remember your branding on the bottom. We want it probably in a one line and centered, because again, it's imbalanced. Okay. And at the front line, we don't need to put copyright necessarily on there. Like I don't put copyright on any of my freebies, right? So maybe in a workbook inside, but not like on the top. All you want to put is just your website. We don't even need to say Janet Cook Alchemy. Just your website is good enough and in complementary font, and we do want to center it. Okay, so that's your front page here. And when I'm looking at it big like that, it reads pretty good. But again, it's a curse of these two colors. We're looking at this dark purple color and this, and I'm not sure if it's white, because I think you had white somewhere where it looked better. But this color, maybe it's a little like purplish or something like that. It's, to me, it's a little bit, when I look at it and I look at a very big screen, and it looks fuzzy. Okay, so I would play with the font here a little bit. Jen, does that look fuzzy for you as well, this font and this color?
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about when the font size is a little too small and when it's a tight
Mm-hmm.
letter, the letters are tight.
Yeah.
It is almost like it bleeds
Yes.
at the edges of the font.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
Yeah.
causing the fuzzy kind of look.
Yes. Yeah. So definitely play with the font color or also different font and then make it larger. I totally agree with Jen to move it further down. I would move this wheel further down and this just make larger font, and it will automatically just a little bit of more space in. So let's give it a breathing room a little here. Okay. And also legibility.
Yeah, and Antonella pointed out in the comments maybe space between the letters. And I think in Canva you can actually add
Yeah,
in
I can show
addition to
you how
line
to do
spacing,
that.
you can add letter spacing, and that
Yeah.
might help help it breathe a little bit more, make it a little more legible.
Yeah. And
Great
I'll
call,
show you in
Antonella.
a moment how to do that if you're not sure. For this page, on top of what John was saying again, so I see what you're going here for, Janet, and the color you're going for almost like a gold color, right? So again, it's a curse of these colors. They don't, it's hard to read. So I would think about because your audience are midlife, and all of us in midlife have a little harder time to read, harder, to read because of the font size and everything else. So here at the bottom, I don't know, is it the same font or is it different font? That's another thing to keep in mind. Less is
It looks
more,
like the same font, it's just italics and
maybe italic
larger.
and
And I
yeah.
didn't even notice that it cuts off. A guided
Mhm.
journey of healing trance.
Yes, yes. So there is some wording cut off as well. So but here's my thought in regards to the dark background. From what I know about you, Janet, and correct me if it's wrong, your teachings are you actually like when people write and journal things. And so there is two thoughts to that. If you like them to write or type, then we might want to give them more room to type in all of these boxes, right? So, and also, so put it almost like a separate pages, right? So for each of them. And also, if you creating it for them electronically, make sure it's fillable then, right? So because I think your methods are about journaling as well, and it's important that they write through and connect to their neural pathways, right? So I would rethink this page a little bit, maybe one at a time, one page at a time, give them blocks here. I would change them almost like to this big blocks with a line on top, okay? So we're giving them more space to write. And it's also will looks then like, there is more room to breathe, right? But I also wanted to say, Janet, for you specifically, that to compare it to your first freebies that you done, where it was so text heavy, and I know you love a lot of text because you come from this background, research and everything else, it's a huge progress of what you're doing and how much rooms that you already given people, and you don't put all of this text in your freebies. A great job, okay?
100%. This visually is already a big difference.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So love this page again. The only thing, do we need to give them more writing room? So that's for me, if they're writing here again, do we need to give them more writing room? Yeah. Other than that, again, besides the fonts, and also what I'm noticing here, there is a couple of things behind there. So make sure you remove it because it looks like there were square bullet points right in here, for example, right here. Okay, see the square bullet point, and it's behind this emoji, and the same here. It's like overlaying. Just make sure you remove the layers or delete some of the stuff that is at the bottom layer. Okay. Okay. Here again, fonts, right? So the font for sure, it's hard to read. So let's find a better font and make sure we don't have more than 2 fonts on this page. Okay. Okay. Also this envelope, I really like it, but it's getting lost. See here at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I didn't even see the envelope, but
Yeah,
it's cute.
so
Make it lighter.
yeah, make it lighter. Yeah, make it lighter because and you don't even need to say contact me at, because if you have the envelope, we implying that they know that this is the email and email you, so your email would be just fine. Okay. Now let me show you a couple of things that I said I will show. So one of them is how to do texture behind your image. So I am going to grab your image here. Actually, I'm just going to grab the color from here. Let's do that. And that's the color. Okay, and let me get to my Canva, and I'm just going to work with the same files that I was working with Antonella there. We're going to change all of that in that color that you used in your branding color here. Okay, so that's the color. And now you want to add some interest, right? So you want to add some interest. So to do that, you can work with few things. You can work with images, for example, and I'm going just to grab the image for fun. I'm going to grab this image and I'm just going to central, move it to look at it this way. So let's say, because this image has a lot of texture, right? So, and what I'm going to do here, I am going to work with layers. So we are going to go to position. We're going to go to layer, okay? And we can work on it 2 different ways. We can work with layers because another one is a background, or we can actually change this one into background, okay? And now add another layer as an overlay and change this one in the colors that we're working with. Put it on top, okay? And now work with transparency here. Now we're going to work with a little bit of transparency, and that texture will show in the background. And your image immediately creates that interest with your branding and everything else, but there is no overpower, no awkwardness, and it's all balanced, okay? You can also do that with the textures. So for example, we can go here with texture and we can look at the texture. Maybe you want to get some, and because it's a dark color, let's see which texture might be. This one might be pretty good. So let's see here. So see how here have a little bit more room to play. It's the same color, but it adds that interest and texture behind that image as well. Okay, so that was one thing. And the second thing that I said I will show you is how to use your spacing, right? So you can do line spacing or you can do letter spacing. So we're just going to say here, I'm just not going to worry about what I'm going to type here. We're just going to type one letter. And you are going to get into spacing right here. So let me annotate so you can see right here, that's spacing. And there is letter spacing and line spacing. So you can actually space the letters and just play with them, right? So and see, or if they too, you can also space lines there as well. So either or, you can definitely do that. Okay, here we go. Any questions for us, Janet? No, we're good. Okay. Who else? We still have about 10 minutes of what we planned. So Michelle has raised the hand. Yeah, absolutely, Michelle. Yeah, I am going to promote you to panelists. So, and then you can ask the question, and I'm going to move Janet to attendees. All of the technical things, moving pieces. Okay. Okay. And Michelle, if you, let's see here, if you don't want to be a panelist, let me see if I can. Okay, perfect. Antonella? Did I move Antonella to? Let's see, I'm confused. I think I did. Here she is. Okay, good.
There you
go. Okay.
Michelle, have you dropped a link? If so, I'm not seeing it.
Just ask your question, Michelle. Open up and you should be able to ask the question. And Liz, you can just drop the link and we will review yours. And it's okay. If we need to stay a little bit longer, I'm okay to stay a little bit longer. I think Jen is okay too.
There it is. Sorry, I couldn't find the button to turn my mic on.
That's all. Mute monster. Mute
and
monster.
my video. Right,
yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm new. I've literally just joined Oracle Cards membership. And it's amazing. Katya, you've just done so well. I've been following you ever since Evelyn.
Oh, nice meeting you.
It's really beautiful to see how you've blossomed,
Thank you.
And Jen, I'm new to meeting you, but I've been listening to everything and I love your eye, how the things that you've spotted, and yeah, I love it. So I'm really looking forward to having you help me. So I'm not 100% sure yet who my ideal customer is. And so you sent out an email about this a couple of days ago, Katya, the self-sabotage kind of thing that we can do with these lead magnets. I have probably got about 50 lead magnets sitting in my Canva that have never seen the light of day, right? Just as I've pretty much
Who
finished
else?
them.
Raise your
like,
hand
or
put in the chat if you also are like us and you have 50 lead magnets in your Google Drive that have never seen the light of day.
Lovely.
You're not alone.
Company. Oh yes, even more than 50. And yeah, I was in the right place. So I figured what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, like you said, I heard someone say earlier, done is better than perfect. And in your email, I'm just gonna get one out there, test it, see how it goes, and then just start testing and see who resonates with me, in terms of who downloads and, and just literally take it from there.
So,
I have,
Michelle, I believe you are part of our workshop, right? So you part
yes.
like you purchased the workshop, right? So, um, and I don't know if you've seen it, or I don't even know if we changed it on sales page yet, and that would be me, not me. Uh, that's not Jen, that's me. But I don't know if you've seen it. We added incredible bonus for this workshop. So you have the full workshop, and if you finish your freebie and landing page, we will actually promote your freebie to over 5,000 people. So that would be a great test for everyone, not only for Michelle, but who everyone who is joining our workshop. That's how you're going to test it, because we want to test it by number of eyes. We always want to have a minimum 100 people who download it, so we can see the 100 is a good number to start using the data. Okay, so I am so excited for you because you said done is better than perfect. Get that freebie done. In a workshop, we'll create together magnificent landing page, and then we're going to promote it, and then we see what's working and what's not. Okay, let's get
Wow,
those
I
babies
mean,
out in the world.
oh, that's, a massive incentive because yeah, I think that was what, May the 10th, is it, or something? That is it that day, the bonus. But
Uh, May
May
the
10th.
10th.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
May 10th, we are going to do an over the shoulder of Katya and me setting up lead form ads. So, lead form ads actually kind of bypass the whole landing page. We still need a landing page though for things like your email list and your social media and whatever. So, we don't want to minimize the importance of what we're going to be doing here in the five
yeah.
days. But lead form ads can help us test really quickly because we're putting a little bit of money behind it. We're getting much better cost per lead because we're not sending them off of Facebook. It's just that, when you click on the ad and Facebook has you fill out the form right there on Facebook, that's a lead form ad. So that's what we're doing on May 10th. But we're giving people until May 10th to finish their landing pages. And that's kind of the deadline for
Yeah.
the promotion.
Yeah, and promotion, and this is why you need your lead page, because when we send it promotion for you, that's the link you will be sending for people to sign up for your opting in to your freebie. Okay, so those two different things, but we're showing you organic way and we're showing you paid way as well, but very inexpensive and truly tested ways that we promote freebies. Okay.
Oh, best of both. So yeah, I mean, oh, that's amazing. That's a beautiful way to kind of wrap up the creation of the lead magnet and the landing page. It's not just leaving us there. So
No.
yeah, oh, I just knew the moment I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect timing, because I've been dragging my feet on it. So right, to give you a
And
link.
I'm actually
So
going to commit us to something without having talked to Katya.
All
Um,
good.
I'm going to add a thank you page copy template, right? Because we need to have the whole thing hooked up in our funnel to be able to promote it. We need to have the landing page, the form, be able to send them to a thank you page, and then get them onto our email list. So that so we can deliver the thing and we're not just ghosting our people. So I'm going to provide that copy template. And then maybe on May 3rd, we'll just have like an open office hours, help you get the tech parts of things hooked up
Yeah.
kind of day.
oh wow, so much value. Thank you so much,
It's
lady.
all about that workshop is all about, guys, enough of Canva templates, all kind of templates. Implement, let your babies out. Let your babies out in the world. That's all it is about. Okay, so
Yes, you know it, you
implement.
know it.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm looking for let me just press return. Yep. Okay, so allow view access.
Yeah, please do give us access because I tried to open it and there was no
Okay.
access.
So, I mean, this is one of the lead magnets that I have created. And literally, and it's been a while since I've looked at it. So while you were talking, I realized I haven't chosen the best font. but because it's a scroll, I wanted to kind of have like a scroll type font, but it's not great for readability. So yeah, I'm aware of that. That is just a draft page because I want to use it for maybe use it for a contents page, but that was designed on ChatGTP, so I've got a, you know, GPT fix that up.
GPT speak.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually really love the font as like your cover page font and your like header fonts. It is a great font to go with this visual and this vibe of the scroll. I'm like in love with your cover page, but we want to add your branding here.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, the Sacred
totally.
Scroll, it's a very distinct ideal client avatar. You may not know who your ideal client avatar is, but from your branding here and the words you've used just on the cover page, I can tell you a lot about your ideal client,
Okay.
right? You're
Excellent.
calling in people who are into Oracle cards, who are maybe into little Dungeons and Dragons, Renaissance Fair. Like we're kind of woo, we're kind of mystical. We read a lot of fantasy. We're on Book Talk, right? Um, these kinds of things are really going to appeal to this woman who is your ideal client avatar. So the font is great for that. And so yes, I love the idea of contents page. All right, and we were playing with fonts here.
Yes.
Okay. So here I would use your scroll font for all your headers. Like let's not introduce a bunch of different fonts. Let's have your scroll font and a paragraph font and just those
That's what I
two
was
all the way
trying to,
through.
yeah.
For the paragraph font, then I'll stop talking about design elements. Sans serif tends to be more readable than serif. So this is a fun font. But if we're going for readability, sans serif will be a little bit more readable. And I'll let Katya speak to whether sans serif fits the vibe because I do like
Mm.
this serif font with the vibe, but it needs to be bigger, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then like give us a margin at the bottom here.
Yeah.
I love the little seal with the wax seal with the page numbers though. Like you're speaking my fantasy book talk gal language. Again, let's use our scroll font here. To the woman who has spent her life giving everything, this is for you. Okay. Sacred Feminine calls. I would put the Sacred Feminine calls you to rewrite that story in bold so that it
Okay.
pops. So people who are skimming will catch it.
Mm.
Um, I would space this down so it's its own paragraph. I would take this one out of bold and I would put this sentence in bold. So it's its own paragraph, it's bold, and I would make it bigger,
Lovely.
right?
Okay.
Um, so I want to make sure that like I understand what this is. Like I got all into the branding and I'm already not sure what this is about, which is not a good sign. And barriers blocking your journey. Okay. But it could also like it doesn't necessarily reflect on your copy. It could just be that I'm ADHD and I saw a squirrel with the branding. Okay. Sacred School offers these guide you inward and prepare your heart for the journey ahead. The journey ahead to what?
Mm.
Right? So let's and I know this is still work in progress, so like don't take anything personal.
Oh no, I don't.
Messages illuminate the path forward. Hope you connect deeply with your truth and set the stage for transformation. So I think what we need to do here is we need in this intro page to define what problem we're solving for them.
Mm.
So what is the quick win that they're going to get by the end of this scroll?
Awareness. I would
Okay.
say,
Of
so they have to already know that they feel a bit blocked or stuck. So I think you're right. Where you mentioned journey ahead, um, about what journey? I
uh-huh,
think I need to make that a bit clearer.
uh-huh.
But I'm feeling like they feel that they're blocked in accessing or expressing their feminine power. Um, and so the objective of this lead magnet is to help is to bring to their awareness 10 common barriers that block their feminine power.
Mm-hmm. Do you call your people any specific name, like Sacred Sisters or Soulful Creatives? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a very good question, and not really. And I think again, it goes hand in hand with, because am I sure who I'm talking to,
Okay.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I've
Okay. So I think I would probably start with this intro page with, before we even get to the before we begin, I would
uh-huh.
start it with, um, you're called to step into your sacred feminine divine power.
Mhm,
But I see you and I see that, let's see, I see you, you feel called to step into your sacred feminine divine power, but you're blocked.
mm,
You're not alone. There are some very common barriers that stand in the way of divine feminine power for so many women. This sacred scroll is going to help you uncover those blocks, become aware of them, and start taking the first steps to um, taking down those barriers. Okay, then we go into, before we begin revealing the barriers, right? Then we can kind of go into this description, but we need to identify for them the problem and the destination that we're
mm.
getting to.
I
Okay.
think I've probably just delayed it a bit because, like, if you carry on scrolling,
Okay.
so there are three letters,
Okay.
one
Good
to
healer.
the awakened feminine leader, one to the wounded healer, and one to the soulful
Soulful
seeker.
seeker.
And
Okay.
then after that, we've got the heroine's call, an invitation to your sacred feminine journey.
Okay.
And then after that, it's how this guide helps.
Okay.
So I should probably put the how this guide helps up in the introduction.
I think the introduction will be good if we just add that bit that I kind of talked through because
Okay.
I kind of
Okay.
like, let's identify who you are, which heroine you are. Here's how this guide can help you. I like this order that you've put it in. We just need to kind of dial in and really crystallize the problem at the beginning of the intro page. And then this
Brilliant.
order works really well.
Lovely. Okay.
Um, okay. This is good. Why these 10 barriers? Okay. All right. So barrier number one, right? So what I would do, because your wax scrolls or your wax seals with the page numbers are super cute, we don't really need page numbers. Where these will be most effective is at the
Hmm.
top of each of these barriers, above lack of awareness,
I'm
wax
with
seal
you.
one, a little
Yeah.
bit bigger, lack of awareness in our scroll font, so it looks like the secret, right? With the wax seal.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have this, like we don't run into the wax seal here. We can bring up our little our website URL a little bit.
Okay.
Um, okay, and then just Kachi will talk about design too, but be aware of the like spacing issues.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's because I changed the font while you were talking, and then I ha didn't
Got
have a
it.
chance to, change the sizing on each of the barriers.
Okay, and then
So
okay,
yeah,
there numbers there.
it will look a
This is
bit
actually
messy
quite a
now.
long got it. Okay, this is quite a long thing. So yeah, definitely, I definitely would use the wax seal at the start of each of the barriers then, because they're multiple pages and we need like a quick visual for where each barrier starts.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But I like the action tips, the summaries, all of this stuff. I think one of the issues is probably that you have each paragraph maybe in its own text block in Canva, and if you just put them all in one text block, the spacing issues will resolve themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. But like, how much time have I wasted on Canva trying to game the whole font and everything system? Okay. So really like these. I would love for you and we don't have time to like go through all of them, but I'd love for you to kind of make those little changes And then you're in Katya's, Katya, does she
Yeah,
qualify for copy reviews?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
she's Oracle Cards Magic, yeah, so she can submit
Perfect.
after she,
Yeah.
yeah, Michelle, after you do, change what we talked about, you can also submit that freebie inside Oracle Cards Magic. I will tag you in a post how you'll submit the form, and Jen then just reviews after you tighten it all
And then
up.
I can go
Okay.
in like really in detail with all the
Yeah.
copy.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to let Katya comment on this.
Okay.
And
So
if
let's.
you slag on her design, I will be very upset because I love it.
No, that's fine. This is the copy queen and the
Hilarious.
design queen. This is why I'm here. So.
Hilarious. Okay, yeah. So I do like design, so which is great. I'm not sure if that is from ChatGPT, and sometimes what I might not like a little bit like there's too much white behind it. I don't hate it. Like, I mean, it's not if I really need to pick on it. And another thing, it feels slightly unbalanced to me. I would like it a little bit bigger if we can, unless it's just one image. But even if it's one image, let me just see what I can do with that. So even if it's one image, you can try to grab it, and not, grabbing doesn't work with everything, but it's a good feature of Canva. So let me just grab this page here and
I
upload.
copied and pasted the scroll onto the background.
Oh, so you do have it separately. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. That's brilliant. But I will show anyway, just in case if you haven't, like for other reasons, delete that. So let's say it would be one image and no scroll, right? So for other people, good to see as well. You
Mm-hmm.
can just use, if you have Canva Pro, you can click on edit and you can do magic grab. And then you can highlight what you want to grab. So in this case, if we want to grab the full scroll, we can try to see if it will grab it completely, and it's actually working. And then, like in your case, it's easy, you have it separately, but sometimes we have an image that you can't, and now you can actually move it the way you want. Okay, so I would just want to center it a little bit more. Yeah, and just a little, because I think it needs to be more prominent. Just a little, it's already so beautiful. So, but it needs to be slightly more prominent. So you can do that. And yeah, so that would be my suggestion for the front. Other than that, I think it's beautiful. It's brilliant the ways that you just done it. It's really secret-like. I do love that. I love the branding that you picked. Here next thing, and you will work on the table of contents. Oh, that's another trick with Canva. You can grab the text. So because some of it looks like from ChatGPT image, which is great. I love that you're using it. But you can grab the text. So from the same image, if I click, I'm going to click on edit and I'm going to grab text. And it's actually going to grab the text. Okay.
Awesome.
And then you can just change the text itself. And I would not do it for the front because I loved how it was before, but I'm just showing you that you can do that, right? So I definitely don't like this change because it's not as cool as it was with the previous, right? So, but this is how you can grab the text if you need from other pages, and then you can change it. And this way you can keep it consistent with other fonts as well. Okay,
Lovely.
so just a little trick here. Okay, so now next thing is, and Jen already talked about it, right? So really thinking about where the seal goes, and then this is way too low. We need some breathing room, so we need to bring it up, okay? And we don't need to underline it. I don't recommend to bold or underline it. We don't want it in your face. We want it to be there. But what we really want, your text and your content is what we want to stand out, right? So bold some of the letters based on what Jen was sharing with you. But your website is there, but we don't want it in your face. It's just there so people can grab it. Okay.
I noticed though when I put the actual website link in Canva so that when
Oh,
you click
gotcha.
that, it's
Oh, so
supposed to.
it's okay. So then don't worry about underlining, but we don't need to make it bold. We can make it even smaller and less assuming.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I would do. Oh, you put the link in there. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
Even though the
Okay.
website's down at the moment,
Yeah,
I'm working on it, but
yeah. Now, in regards to this font, I actually love it, but we need it larger. Because of
okay.
your branding, yes, it's less legible, but because of all this mystical mystery branding, I really love this font. Okay, so just make it larger.
Okay.
So, and let's
And
see,
it's so
anything
funny
else?
because I've been parent, I've been like, no, I can't make it too big, and then and then you're like, yep, the
Make it
cover
larger. Yeah.
larger.
Yeah, I would definitely make it larger. And Jen already pointed out, make sure whole alignment is there. And I know you were just finishing it when we were watching us. But other than that, beautiful work. Let's get this baby in the hands of people who need you, right? So, and also submit for Jen's review. I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to also going to tag you in that very quickly. So inside Oracle Cards Magic, because you are a member, and I'm so excited
Me
to have
too.
you. Inside here under featured, you are going to just scroll here until you see Jen's beautiful face, and it says copy review submission for Jen. And here's a form that you're going to submit. And it's also telling you what you can submit, right? Lead magnet, freebie, opt-in page. And if we're going to the form, then you are going to see that we have a 7 days turnaround, 7 business days, and it explains to you exactly what you can submit. It gives you right here, it's giving you okay, all of this. So if you submit in lead magnet, submit one thing at a time. You can't submit all of it at the same time, right? So let's focus on one and then get it and then another one. Okay? So that's how
Yeah.
you're going to submit. And let me just quickly tag you in here, Michelle. So this way you know where it is. See you in a group. Michelle. Let's see if it will allow me. Sometimes it doesn't allow me. Okay, it doesn't allow me, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a link to this because you in the group, you will be able to access.
Lovely.
Okay, so let me just get this way. Come on, wake up, computer. Okay. Okay, I'll send it. Don't worry
It's
about it.
fine because
I will send it.
now that you've shown me, I know exactly where to
You
go.
know
So
exactly
thank
what it
you
is.
for
Yeah.
that.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Alrighty, again, welcome to Oracle Cards Magic. Welcome to our workshop. We cannot wait to get your baby out in the world, okay? One of your babies. You have a lot, but we'll focus on one first, okay? Awesome. So awesome meeting you.
Thank you, and you both. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, Liz Houston has one for us to look at.
Yep.
Let me share my screen again. Nice.
Liz, okay, let me find Liz and promote
Elizabeth
Liz.
in the
Elizabeth, yeah,
comments.
I see here and promote. So you've been promoted.
No, chat is what I wanted to open up. Okay. So Liz is a website designer and what all maintenance
Like tech
kid-
VA kind
yes,
of.
amazing tech person. And so we have the intentional website checklist, 20 elements of a client-focused website journey. I would maybe make eHouston Studio a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Or maybe like Katya said, like put an overlay or something over that part so it stands out a little bit more.
Yeah. Yep.
So 20 elements of a client-focused website journey. I'm not sure that this tells me the quick win that I'm going to get with this lead magnet. So let's just kind of scroll down here. I want to make this a little bigger so I can read. Okay, I would probably have I found someone who can help me, or do I need to keep searching bold just so it stands out a little bit more?
All right.
20 essential website elements to help you make a powerful first impression that builds trust. Okay. I like 20 essential website elements to help you make a powerful first impression. Right here.
As the like subheading.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Because that's what they want their website to do, is make a powerful first impression. And then it can do all these other things too, and we can have the bullet points, but that's the big win. 15 to 20 minutes to honestly assess your current website against these elements. No judgment, we all start somewhere. Cool, I like this, and this feels like doable. All right. Clear. And I would put a header at the top of this, like, what do we want to call this?
They're not really categorized currently, but I could maybe like try to have.
Well, even just like, the 20 essential website, whatever, components, what do we call it? Elements.
Elements, yeah.
And do we want to use, oh, we did make it a checklist. Okay.
So the version that it's like being distributed is I just like turned it into a fillable PDF where you can just like check the box with a click.
Okay. I like the descriptions.
They're very repetitive. So I'm just like, oh, I know I need to change these.
It feels a little boring.
Yes.
Like I feel like we need some images in here. I'm gonna let Katya talk to the design. But I feel like it needs some visual interest there. And/or do we want to add a place where they can like, if you can't check this, here are some lines for you to write down, like what's one step you could take to improve this kind of thing.
I was thinking something like that in the middle of the call.
And then you can split it into more pages and give it some fun, like, background kind of stuff. Katya will talk about the design. And I think I'm going to add maybe a little like tools and resources module inside of our workshop for like programs that we love and use. Joe Schoenmaker has a Google Docs program for $9 that makes it like a fillable PDF so they can type into it in Google Docs. I use this a lot with my lead magnets now. You can put fun backgrounds and like frames and beautiful covers, and it just makes it so easy and so fast. So I'll put that inside of our workshop so you can kind of see it in there in school.
Thank you.
Okay. Call to action page. Looks good. Okay. Yeah. So for me, it's let's add a way for them to make notes about what they can improve if they can't check the box. And then
would you have kind of like little instructions about what it's for, or just put lines?
I mean,
underneath?
I think you say up here how to use this checklist for items you can check off, celebrate that win. For those you can't check off yet, you've identified an opportunity to strengthen your online presence. Take a minute to write a couple lines about the first step you can take in the space provided. Okay. I'll stop sharing and Katya can take a look.
So what I was thinking when I was looking at that, first of all, it's brilliant. I love the whole idea between this freebie and your lead magnet. But what I was thinking about it, can you turn it into infographic? We are all so visual, right? So like a whole, like it's almost like an infographic of every, like everything, and like success stories, and like have a little pictures of success stories. So turn it into infographic. I think it would be more appealing.
the pages right now are really just text and box.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but I do like that part too, because I almost feel like we need like a little infographic here, right, where it will show, and it might be longer than one page, and that's okay, right? So, and then at the end, I would just print this checklist, like, print this page with the checklist so they can check mark and all of that stuff. But I think because the website is a little bit more complex and it's very visual, it would be really cool that people can understand where is the value proposition goes, where is the success stories goes, and all of that stuff, because there is a reason behind it, right? You as a website designer, you know where it needs to go, as a lot of us, like somebody like me, I might not know exactly where specific section of website goes and why. Okay.
That's
Because
good. I like that separate printable checklist at the end too. That's
yes,
nice.
and print the checklist at the end, and it's almost then leads into low, and it's just came up to me right now as I'm speaking, so I will say it. It's almost like leads to the next low ticket offer, like just a one-time purchase of here is a template for your website that including all of these things on like in the order it needs to be. And it could be like $27 one-time purchase.
Yeah, great. Right now, kind of the thing that I'm leading it up to is just like a website wellness review or like a website audit, but
Yeah.
I would like something that's a lower cost, not my
Tripwire, right?
time.
So Tripwire,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can look at some Tripwire. Doesn't have to be 27, you can do something else. And it's depending on what, like which software you're designing your website with. So that could be really cool, like a low ticket offer. Yeah. Yeah,
I
so
like
that's
that.
my feedback. Then, yeah, infographic style, and then print this checklist.
And would you have AI kind of make the infographics and things, or what would be your recommendation for that?
Depending on your comfort level.
Okay, yeah, I
Right?
can do
So
that.
really depending on your comfort level. ChatGPT does such amazing things right now. I would try with ChatGPT, see consistency. What I find with ChatGPT, it's really good right now for like a little ad, like what Avalon teaches, right? So like creating ads. But when you get into multiple pages, then it's not as good. But what you can use for this type, I would use Napkin. Okay. If you go to napkin.ai, and if you don't know it, that actually will allow you to create a really cool infographics here. All you have to do is put a text in here, like new napkin here, draft with AI. Which one is that? Yeah. Okay. And you just put the text, whatever the text is here, and it will create all of these graphs and different things for you. So which is really cool as well. So you can try the napkin, you can try the ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT multiple pages might be a little bit tough. A lot of rework, and to me, I find just Canva or something else is faster. Yeah.
Right, right.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, but I absolutely love the whole idea and everything else. It just, to me, I love those infographic no matter how long they are, because they clear picture, little image, like diagram and what it is about, and you immediately get what is that needs to be there and why. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll put
Okay.
AI in the resources we like.
Yeah, we need to put
Awesome.
napkin as well there. Yes.
Cool, cool. All right. Antonella has done a quick refresh. So
Okay.
let me, and then anyone else, if you also have a lead magnet you want us to look at, feel free to drop a link in the chat and we will take a look.
Let's bring Antonella back. Here we go. Okay, so can we make that mock-up? It's exactly what I was asking, but can we make it bigger? I wanted bigger. I wanted the size of, let me just share. I wanted the size of that box. on the right for balance and everything. So if we can make it bigger, okay?
I lost it once I changed into the panelist. I couldn't hear anything. So
Oh, okay, sorry.
sorry.
I
Sorry.
love your mock-up. It's exactly what I was saying, but I wanted bigger. I wanted the size of your white box.
So it's balanced.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's balanced.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even if it goes over the top of your
Yeah,
isolated
yeah,
copy here.
absolutely. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew it's kind of a small, but I was just like, let's.
Yeah, you were playing, just
I'll
resize
resize
it.
it.
Yeah, resize it in Canva and put the image there. And if we can put it closer to that white, like when it's bigger, closer to the white box too, it will be like prominent
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can do that.
And I would bring energy reset all onto one line here.
Yeah.
So energy reset workshop. Because this is like, this goes together.
Yeah.
If it needs to be 3 lines, I would do that, but I think I like this better. Okay.
Yeah.
How do we like the yellow, Katya?
I do love the yellow and I love it without the shadow there
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the fuchsia works.
Yeah, this color works there. Really works. It's like it gives that contrast between lines and sections.
And maybe try and center it top to bottom. It just looks slightly
Slightly uncentered.
above
Yeah.
center. Yeah, I like the yellow.
Yellow stands out. It's like I immediately go, especially with your color combination. I often use yellow for buy button, right? So join button, but for your colors, it just stands out. Now, we want to remove yellow line from there because we only want to use yellow for the button.
Really? I
Yeah.
was gonna say, oh, look, it's the place where you fill the form out.
Mm,
You
yeah,
don't
but
like
it's
it. Okay.
confusing. People will try to click on it. It's
Fair.
psychologically.
Yeah, and I think you could just remove the line entirely. It doesn't need to be replaced with anything. Like just remove the line and bring this up a little bit.
What one?
Yeah.
And then just replace this one screen in this mock-up with the one that you put on the one at the top.
Yeah.
The name of the workshop. Okay.
Can you go up a little bit because last time I didn't see that portion. Go no, a little down. Just show me FAQ question, FAQ section. Okay. For FAQ section for me, I would either do at least 6 questions if you're doing it side by side, right? So questions and answers, or don't do it
Okay.
at all because we only have like 2 questions. It's kind of like, oh, there's no more questions. You want to treat your FAQ as an objection handling. What is it that you think people will have objections with? And this is where you will put the questions and answers in there.
Yeah.
Or like, how long
just-
is this workshop? Like, even though it's things that you've already covered in the page, people will have missed things. So how long is the workshop? Will there be a replay? Like, what are the questions people always ask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then is it for me if I would like so just I think
This for.
because you're doing side by side, probably 10 questions would be good, or even like 8, like it balances. I like 3 on one side, 3 on another, or 5 on one side and then 5 on another. It just balances really well.
Yeah. I can do it.
Okay, and I think you can actually bring this up and yeah, like that. So
Yeah.
it's not a separate line. Okay, looks good.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Fast
You're
action
welcome.
taking.
Thank you.
I like
Thank
all about the
you.
fast action taking. Okay, Sarah Jane, did you have a link you wanted us to review or a question?
I think Sarah Jane has a to review. Yeah, I think what she's referring, and I'm just assuming Sarah Jane, you're talking about your guidebook for Oracle cards. So if that's the case, we're not going to review it on here, unless you want me to review just a design. But for the guidebook, you can post it inside Oracle Cards Magic group, and I will be happy to review it for it. So the guidebook, okay. Yeah, the guidebook, if you're just starting to work and kind of not sure what to do with it, post it inside Oracle Cards Magic. site, I'm going to show you where you will find our Q&A. It's under here. Same under featured, and here's April Q&A. And just post it in here. I check it 2-3 times a day, and I will reply to that. If it's something that needs to be reviewed, I'll just create a separate video, and I have it inside the guides here. We have all of the videos review for any questions that I cannot answer typing because it's a longer reviews. You will find all of the reviews right there. Okay, and again, so awesome. Thank you for joining. I know you said you are brand new, so welcome, welcome to my world and to Jen's world as well. Yes, I think we have covered everyone, but I also wanted to mention if you're not part of our workshop yet, then, and if you are, oh, Jen is right here, so
I got
she
you.
just put it in there. Okay. So, but I am going to grab it now and I'm going just to show because I am super visual and I like to, and I am very proud of our beautiful website and our dragons. So I'm going just to grab it. Okay. So if you are not part of our landing page magic portal yet, it's going to be absolutely incredible experience. You already heard me saying that we are focusing for you to finish things, implement things, and we're taking it further because we're actually going to promote for you on your behalf to 5,000 people or over 5,000 people. And this way, it's a great way to test it, but also a great way to gain those subscribers and start building relationship with them as well. Okay. So yeah, so if you're not part of it yet, and if you are inside our annual, for me, I'll talk a little bit about me and then Jen will talk about hers. We have slightly different structures. So if you are annual subscriber, or if you are one of my VAPs, or if you are one of the students for certified deck creators, please do not buy. Okay, so you already received invitation in your email yesterday. If you haven't received, check your spam, please, and let us know. You got an invitation to the portal, and we already opened it for all of you guys, just for our existing members right now. Okay, so make sure to check it. Then for Jen, cover who gets invitation complimentary from
So
your part.
the same goes for my Kind Copy Collective Pro annual and lifetime members. So you should check your email. If you didn't get an email from me yesterday, let me know. Or if you use a different email address for school than the one that I have you on my email list, let me know that as well. I can resend the invitation.
Okay. And we also wanted to let you know that if you are a member of Oracle Cards Magic or member of Kind Copy and not annual and live VAP CDC, then we love to reward all of you for loyalty. You do have a special price, so don't purchase it at 111 or 222. We do have special coupon for you, and we posted it in our inside group for the paid members because we are now broadcasting to the free group right now. Okay. Now, if you are not part of our lives yet or our worlds yet, either or both, then purchase before April 20th because on April 20th it goes to 222, and right now you can purchase it at $111. So as you already seen, it's a whole experience. It's 5 days. It's actually more than 5 days, but 5 days core things, and we have a lot of bonuses. And we'll make sure we'll support you, we'll help you to finish it, to complete it, implement everything, and then also promote you. Okay. So yes, any questions, just let us know. We'll put the link here. Jen already put the link inside the Zoom, but I
give you a
also will
little
put the link.
peek inside the community. We are hosting
Yes,
a
let's do that.
community inside of school, which is a super fun portal that has the community where we're going to chat and answer questions and all of those things, and give each other feedback. It has all of the course stuff. The classroom has all of our like lessons. It'll have all of the replays. You have a free bonus lead magnet freebie training, a bonus to help you develop your ideal client avatar, where you can submit for promotion. We'll have our recommended resources and tools and all of that. It's also got a calendar, so you can add the different events to your calendar straight from here, and it will remind you when we have something coming up right here. So it's a fun all-in-one kind of platform, and I'm really excited for our members to get a chance to get to know it. And it has a leaderboard, which is super fun. You can gain points when people like your posts and comments.
Yes, and we have super fun for you to get prizes at the end as well. So not only that we promote you, but also give you more gifts. We just love it. We love giving gifts.
And Sarah Jane, $111, it looks like is 83.68 pounds. 83 pounds 68 pence.
And Sarah Jane is if you're one of my Oracle Cards Magic members already inside the membership.
55, right.
Remember, it's only 55. It's not
So
111 for
41,
you.
46.
Yeah, so it will be 55. So I will hopefully you inside the group, because not everyone, sometimes people don't join groups, and I will tag you in a post where I posted coupons so you can go and don't purchase it for 111. Okay, again, we are love rewarding our people for loyalty.
Yes.
Okay.
We're about to drop another cool thing inside the portal for people who are inside the portal. So get inside the portal and we'll
get inside the portal. Oh, Michelle
right.
said
So
she
we
didn't
haven't
get
sent that out to the new people who have purchased. We'll do that today. Your invitations. Thanks, Michelle. Good reminder.
Perfect. Okay, let me just quickly make sure there is no questions. I'm paying attention. I'm just looking at the phone so I can see if there's any comments inside. Okay. Jennifer says, I was outdoors and time slipped away. I do have a lead magnet I would love for you to review. Jennifer, do you want to join? Jen, are you okay for another 15 minutes?
Oh, yeah, I'm great.
Okay, perfect. Jennifer, if you
I
are
know how these sessions go. I've blocked a bunch of time.
Okay, me too. So I do have hard stop at top of an hour, but for now I'm good. Jennifer, if you want to just join us on Zoom, and we'll be happy to review that for you.
Or if you are out and about and you are just on Facebook, if you want to drop a link on Facebook, I can grab it from there.
We can do that as well. Okay.
Looks like we do have a couple of people still on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook and you would like to join us on Zoom and or drop your link in the comments on Facebook, we would love to take a look at your lead magnet. We want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to be in the spotlight.
Absolutely. We don't have hot seats in my world. We have spotlight. I had, it was funny, a fun story when we were preparing all of that stuff. And I said, Jen, no, we're not going to do hot seats. She's like, what do you mean we're not doing hot seats? I'm like, yeah, we're doing spotlight.
Go walk the dog before becoming a dragon. Before your dog becomes a dragon. Have a nice walk with your dog, Antonella. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, fantastic. I totally get it. My dog is here snoring, quality control. Okay. Yep. So not sure if Jen's seen us or not, but we'll give it a couple of more minutes just to make sure.
Does anyone who is on either Facebook or Zoom have questions about the workshop? We would love to answer those for you. We call it a workshop. It is a 5-day experience, adventure, quest. What are we calling this one? Experience.
Experience, adventure, quest, anything. Yeah, it's definitely, we're very excited about it because we've been working on that since February. Yep. Like beginning of February. Mm-hmm.
And now I don't think like ideas coming for the next thing and the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Jen says we need to have a freebie ready to create the landing page. Yes, you don't have to have the freebie done before we start the landing page, but if we're going to promote your landing page, your freebie needs to be ready so it can be delivered. So by the time we hit that promotion date.
Yeah.
But we have to have kind of the basics of the freebie so that we know what angles we're going to pull out in the copy on the landing page, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And one of the things, like, we will be promoting, I don't think we put the date yet and when we will be sending it. We'll have 2 different dates because we on purpose want to give you more exposure. So we'll have 1 week where we'll be sending it to my list, 1 week to Jen's list and our social media. So altogether, you'll have a 2-week of promotion period. But you definitely would want to make sure that by the time we're sending it to our email list and other venues we promote you, we need to make sure your lead magnet is going to be ready by that time. It does not necessarily need to be ready by workshop. Okay?
Yep. Do you want to address Sarah Jane's comment?
Absolutely. What type of workshop are you, and is this a safe circle? Yeah, Jen, do you mind grabbing this school so I can explain how it's structured? Because you have it ready.
Again. And I will share my screen. Or do you want to share your screen? So,
It's okay, you share your screen.
I'm going to send it to just you.
Okay.
And then you can share because then you can move it around and
okay, perfect. Thank you.
Or whatever you want to share.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you. Okay, so Sarah Jane, I will address second question first. Is it a safe space? Everything that we do with Jen, we create safe community where you can show up as you are, just as you are. You can participate or don't participate. You can take what you need to, and it's safe for you to show up. So 100%. We always all about creating those kind safe spaces, no judgment spaces. Okay, so it's super important to me, and I know it's super important to Jen. That's why we partnered, because we are so much alike than we ever knew. And Jen, you just mentioned something at the beginning I did not know about you, and you don't know that about me. You said that you have Hashimoto.
I do.
Okay, mine was nuclearly removed. So I do have Hashimoto too. So there's another little thing. We always like say, like, we're finding things about each other. I'm like, okay, that's just creepy. It's in a good way, in a good way. Now, to answer your question about this workshop and what it is about. So inside, it will be inside platform or a non-platform that calls school. You don't have to pay additionally to what you pay for the workshop, right, to join. And just to show you how it's structured, we have sessions every day, right? Each session strategically builds on another session. So this way, we're focusing on you completing little things at a time. And by the time our workshop is done, you are going to complete and finish your landing page. And we also have the bonuses here that we talked about, some bonuses sessions. And if you are kind of unsure about the lead magnet or anything like that, we also give you the bonus training that you can watch and learn more about the lead magnet. For Michelle, for example, she's still working on her soulful seeker or ICA or dream client. We have that training as well. Okay. And of course, at the end, we are going to promote you to over 5,000 people. And the reason I say over 5,000 people, we have over 5,000 people between Jen and I on in our email lists, but I have over 10,000 followers on social media as well. So way over 10,000. So that's why I'm like 5,000 is a safe number, but it's much more than that.
It's the minimum.
It's the minimum, exactly, right? So the way we structured it, every day we'll have one session, and then we'll be giving you feedback as well, right? So we'll have some posts where I'll say, okay, submit something here so we can review it for feedback and so on and so forth. Depending on how many people will join, right now we're aiming at pretty cozy. So right now we send emails. Jen, do you know how many invitations we already sent?
I do not off the top of my head,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah. So 40 people from my side and probably similar 20, something like that from your side. So that we already, those are our annual VIPs, live members, and so on. But we are aiming it at, more intimate up to 100. And school platform will allow you to keep it. It's actually feels very intimate, even with 1,000 people. It's just such a different platform. It's a lot of fun. We'll have some games, and if you've been part of my world, gamification is a huge thing for me. And we also don't overload you with those things either. We keep it super simple. Okay? That's Jen's superpower. She keeps me reeled in because I do tend to overwhelm people. Did I answer your question, Sarah Jane? Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And Janet says, yes, very safe. Thank you, Janet.
We always want it to feel like, I don't want to just say sisterhood, because we do have some aligned men in our group, but like a kind space where you can show up as you are. There's no judgment. We have like zero tolerance for bullying in our groups. So it is going to be a space where you feel comfortable. And if at any point you don't feel comfortable, we want you to contact us and let us know so we can nip that right in the bud.
Absolutely. And another thing, both Jen and I are very intuitive. So even when I provide feedback, you notice today I had maybe a little more direct and straightforward feedback for design, or sometimes I picked a lot of things. And the reason is because I know those people a little bit more. Some of them in my certified deck creation program. So I'm looking at it from more design perspective, and I could be much softer with other people too. So we understand that how we say things is so important, more important than what we say, right? So absolutely. Okay, I think we've seen it.
Michelle said, thanks for sharing that you started working on it early Feb, because all we see is the finished product and it felt like you just whipped it together. It did sort of like we started promoting it very recently, so it can really feel like that. I love that you mentioned that. And we all could do a better job of kind of showing more behind the scenes of what's the planning part of things. So in early February, we started putting together the landing page magic formula, the freebie that you have seen our little ads for. And from that point, like, it was develop the freebie and get our lead form ads together and create a landing page for that, and then develop the idea for the workshop and create the sales page for that, and all of the emails. Like, there's a lot that goes into a launch like this. But what I don't want you to feel is intimidated thinking it's going to take you that long of a runway to get your lead funnel out there, your landing page, right? We're going to finish that freebie hopefully before we start on April 28th. So you have those resources available to you right now in the portal.
Yep.
To work on your lead magnet. During that 5 days, we're going to build out your copy and design for your landing page. So that will be done. You'll have a copy template for your thank you page. You can use some of the same design stuff. Just copy that over to your thank you page. We'll get it hooked up the following like Saturday. And then on May 10th, we'll look at ads. Like, it's, what is that? In a 3-week period, you could fully have your landing page live and ads running. So it's not going to take you 3 months to get this out there. What took us 3 months was the whole launch of both the lead magnet and the workshop event.
And also, I think it's important to say that because we have each other audiences, but we also wanted to do the test and have our freebie, just like we're teaching you because we do what we preach, right? And what we teach. And we created the freebie and we run ads to the freebie. We wanted to see how is it performing? What is the conversion? How much, like how expensive it is? Can I replicate it into the business to business, B2B, what I do in B2C, right? So it's so we literally, the reason it took longer, because we testing, documenting, seeing what's working, what's not working, and adjusting as well. And the whole workshop was designed is just to make sure that it's done, right? So implemented, done, and it's completed, and you're proud of it, and you put it out there. Will you ever need to make any changes? Absolutely, right? So absolutely, you will want to make tweaks and all of that stuff. And like I always say, sometimes you need to create kiss a lot of freebie frogs
Mm.
before you find the freebie prince, right? So, or princess.
Yeah. And we need to like we need to create a lead magnet that we can stand behind, but not something that if it doesn't resonate and it doesn't work is going to devastate us and throw us off track for months.
Yes.
Right? We can't be so wrapped up in and involved with our lead magnet that we can't move on to the next thing when we discover that this one was not the prince, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anita had a good question. She said, what about the email strategy? Anita, you do have email strategy training inside Oracle Cards Magic. And for people who's in Jen World, she has that strategy in her like in her membership as well. It's impossible for us to cover everything. We already have so much in that workshop, adventure, experience, whatever you want to call it. And it's impossible, right? So it's literally impossible for us
We'll
to
have a
cover.
delivery email because that basically mirrors your
Yes.
thank you page, but the rest of the email sequence, we have all
Oh,
resources
Nita
for
is
that.
wondering if you want to, well, you would want to finish it before the promotion date now. If you don't, it's not, as long as you have your delivery welcome email, then as long as people get on your list and they get what you promised them, that is great. However, you do want to start writing those emails and you would want to get into the habit of communicating with your list, more often on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, whatever that you decide and whatever capacity you have right now, let it be the gentle push for you to start communicating with your email list more, whatever way you want to do it.
So that it doesn't feel like, oh, she's in my inbox again. She only ever shows up in my inbox when she wants something, right? We don't want to be that friend who only ever calls when they need something. Done by the promotion day. Yeah, if we're going to promote it, we need to make sure that you'll have something to deliver when they click on the link.
Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. Fantastic.
Okay.
This was great, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if we had any gentlemen here or watching, which is we could, right? So,
right.
yeah, exactly. But and looks like Jennifer maybe outside, out and about.
Yeah.
So, but we are all good. We're going to finish. So I actually have a little break before my next call.
Okay.
Awesome,
All
fantastic.
right. Thank you so much for and staying on with us for extra time. 2.5 hours. Always just goes so fast.
It is, it is. So thank you so much. Okay. And whoever is watching replay as well, if you have any questions, just drop under here. One thing to remember, Facebook now removing all of the live videos in 30 days. So this video will be removed from this free group in 30 days, but I am going to put this recording inside the membership, and Jen is going to put it inside the membership too.
Yeah.
So it's
and it
a
will
great
also
one.
live inside the portal. I'll add it to the portal in school for those of you who are in the workshop.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic.
Right.
Okay, wonderful. So we will see, hopefully, a lot of you who are here right now. I know we'll see you in our experience workshop adventure. Beautiful, going to have tons of fun. As you can see, we already have people there, and the rest of you will receive email invitation today. Okay? Good. Okay.
All right.
Wonderful.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Katya.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.